Hello everybody! This video is going to teach you about circumference of a circle. Before we can go into this, I have to give you a few definitions, and the first one is circumference. So, ask yourself, what is the circumference of a circle? And hopefully you remember from last year, it is the distance around the outside. You could think of it as the perimeter of a circle, because that's what it is. It's the distance around the outside of a circle. Next thing that you need to know is radius. Radius is the distance from the center of the circle to the outside. The outside edge, the edge of the circle, distance from the center to the edge of the outer part of the circle. Then we have diameter. Diameter is just two radiuses, or it is the distance from one side of the circle to the other and going through the center. That's an important part. It has to go through the center, but distance from one side of the circle to the other through the center. And again, it is two radiuses, so you could think of it as two just put 2R. Two radiuses. Okay? All right. Now, let me draw a circle. Not too bad. Here is the center. This is a radius. This all the way across is the diameter. The circumference is this distance around the outside, like this. Now, a long, long time ago, some people found that they measured this circumference all the way around a circle, and then they measured the diameter of the circle, distance across it through the center, and they took circumference and divided by diameter. They always got this strange number, 3.14159265835897932279502884171971693993. Okay, you get it. Anyway, they would get this number, and we know this number as pi. So now, if I were to take this, circumference divided by diameter is equal to this number called pi, and this exists for any circle. If you want to try measuring yourself, try measuring the outside of a circle and then dividing by the diameter, and you're going to get pi, or pretty darn close to it, depending on how accurately you measure. And if I wanted to solve for c, in other words, I wanted to have an equation that I could use to find the circumference, well, I'm dividing by diameter here. It's a one-step equation. I would multiply both sides by diameter, and I would get circumference is equal to pi times diameter. So in other words, if I wanted to find the circumference of a circle, I would take its diameter and multiply by pi. And bing, there's the circumference. Now you may have seen the formula written like this, 2 pi r. Okay, in math, we like to have our integers first, and then we have pi, and we put all the variables at the end, and they're usually in alphabetic order. So really, if you look at this, though, what do we have? We have two radiuses. What is two radiuses but one diameter, right? It's just another way of writing it. So if you are given your radius, you just double it to find the diameter, and then you multiply by pi. Cool? Let's try it. All right, here is a circle. This is my SpongeBob reference here. Let's say that this distance is 100 centimeters. And I want you to find the circumference. If you want to, pause the video and try this yourself. Okay, to find the circumference, I'm given a radius, so I would double it. It would be 200. So I have the diameter. And I'm going to use 3.14 for pi, okay? times 3.14. Because if you use the pi button, you are going to get a more accurate answer, but it's not necessarily going to match what I have here. Okay? Circumference then is 628. Now, what is the units? Hopefully you say centimeters, not centimeters squared. Okay? It's distance around the outside. Just like if you were running around the track at school, you run one lap, you ran a quarter mile, not a quarter mile squared. All right, try this one. Here's another circle. And now I'm going to give you this distance. And this is 49 inches. Find the circumference. Okay, for this one, it's just going to be the 49, because it is the diameter, times 3.14, or pi. This is equal to 154 inches. Again, not squared. All right, now let me try something that's a little more interesting, because you know we got to be interesting. What if I gave you this? Circumference is equal to 81.64 millimeters. I want to know what is the diameter and what is the radius. Can you do that one? Try it. Okay, remember that the formula circumference is equal to pi times the diameter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rewrite this as 3.14 times the diameter. Okay? What I'm trying to solve for, I have circumference, so I'm going to put that in. I have 81.64 is now equal to 3.14 times the diameter. What do I have? A one-step equation. To solve for diameter, I'm multiplying by 3.14, so I would divide both sides by 3.14. Diameter would be equal to 26, and this would be 26 millimeters. Now the radius is just two diameters, so, or I'm sorry, the diameter is just two radiuses, so all you have to do is cut this in half to get the radius, and it's 13 millimeters. That is all. Bye bye everybody.